Howdy friendos, my name is Stuart and welcome back to our look at Dragon Ball Z Abridged characters. Over the last few months, we've been taking a look at the 4 most important DBZ characters. Well, debatably 4 most important. Your mileage may vary on these. Over the last couple months, we've been taking a look at 4 of the most popular and important DBZ Abridged characters, and they have done very well. Thank you to everyone who tuned into those, by the way. However, people have been asking me why I didn't look at Season 3, and that is because DBZ Abridged is a 60-episode show, and for my own sanity, the sanity of my editors, I decided to make this a quick and easy 2-parter to make things easier for everyone involved, really. If you have not watched my first Goku video yet, please go ahead and do so now. When we last left Goku, he was barely in the chaotic neutral side of the wheel, despite the fact that Goku proper is firmly on the chaotic good section. By the way, be sure to stick around for the post-analysis section. This time it's very, very important. I had some disagreements in my last comment section, and it was very, very interesting to look at. Nothing hostile, of course, this is just the funny Dragon Ball show, but there are a lot of things that I do want to address in the post-analysis, and it's going to be very, very long, and I am super sorry to my editor to have to deal with this train of thought that you're going to be getting. There's a lot of nuance and biases when it comes to labeling Goku's actions, and I totally understand it, but things will get messy, especially in this analysis, and I will do my best to explain my reasonings. But at the end of the video, we're gonna have to handshake a lot and come to just a lot of agreeing to disagreeing, and that's okay. We all have different interpretations of this show. However, with that out of the way, let's go.
Oh, this is killing me. I mean, it killed me. Piccolo, what's this thing called?
Oh, come on, Goku, it's the Makacus! Makanaka!
Guys, we don't have much time! Frieza's here!
Goku learns that Frieza did not die at the end of Season 2 and beelines for Earth to protect his home planet. Fortunately, Trunks came from the future and took care of the Frost folk to deliver Goku some futuristic heart medication.
I kinda wanted to give you guys a chance.
Please don't make a habit of that.
No promises.
We learn later that Goku could have teleported to Earth, but he didn't in order to give the others an opportunity to challenge Frieza. In Goku's mind, he's doing something nice, even if it is stupid, so we're actually gonna go with chaotic good.
On May
12th.
May 12th.
With Goku now landing on Earth and learning that Frieza and King Cold are officially dead, Trunks pulls Goku off to the side to compare power levels and to give Goku heart medication. Trunks warns Goku to train for the androids for when they strike in 3 years, and then heads back for his own timeline. Goku can't really keep the facts straight, but thanks to Piccolo's super hearing, all the Z fighters are aware of the future threat. But we're gonna give Goku a lawful good for taking the situation seriously, even though he probably would have trained regardless.
We just have to gather the Dragon Balls, have the dragon tell us where to find the guy who's making the androids, find him, then murder that son of a bitch in cold blood.
When Bulma pitches the idea of using the Dragon Balls to find out who's making the androids and killing them before he can make them, Vegeta says no because he wants to fight them. Goku also agrees with Vegeta on this, and normally this would result in a neutral evil, but it is important to point out that Goku mentions in the series proper that the androids have not committed a sin yet and don't necessarily deserve death yet. At least he mentions this in the series proper. I don't think Abridged Goku would think that far ahead, but even if we presume that, you know, he would make the wish and find the android's creator, I don't think he'd be down to kill anyone in cold blood. Granted, this is more of a post-analysis discussion, but personally, I think this is true neutral rather than neutral evil, although I do understand the argument.
The answer is no! No to dinner or no to Gohan?
Concluding the Z-Fighters' meetings about the androids that will arrive in 3 years, they all split up to train. During this time, Goku trains with Gohan in secret with Piccolo, despite Chi-Chi's wishes. He even lies to his wife and does severely limit Gohan's studies for these years, even if it is completely valid. Secretly training for 3 years with your son and your former enemy is 2 chaotic goods.
So what do you think? How ready are we to take on these androids?
On a scale of 1 to 10? My chest hurts.
After the 3 years pass and Goku refuses to take his heart medicine, he puts himself at risk, which inadvertently puts the entire planet at risk. Goku refusing to take life-saving medicine or changing his unhealthy eating habits is his own choice, but since it prevents him from protecting the Earth as planned, this is very chaotic stupid. However, if you want to say neutral evil, that's actually, again, kind of valid. However, this is another example of Goku being careless rather than Goku risking others' life for his own amusement or being malicious.
Make sure you're safe now, okay?
Well, I don't know how safe we can be. We're gonna be finding androids.
What?
But make sure you don't tell Chi-Chi.
Goku keeps his and Gohan's training a secret from Chi-Chi for nearly 3 years. However, he eventually lets the cat out of the bag. Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan all fly to the location where the androids are prophesized to appear. They see the androids and then head into town, risking their lives to fight the androids. Dr. Gero manages to stab Yamcha and annihilate half a city. Tien has Piccolo suggest a new location to fight in order to protect everyone. Goku and the gang fly away with Gero in order to lure him away from innocent civilians. During this time, Goku ignores the pain in his chest, not realizing that his heart is having problems because he didn't take the medicine. And of course, he does fight Android 19, but eventually runs into trouble when Piccolo realizes he's having a heart attack. As a result, Goku is knocked out of the saga for like 10 episodes, which I'm sure nothing happens during this time. Chaotic good for fighting the androids, but you know, he was stupid during this time.
49, 50, 51, 52, 50... Damn, so close to a new record.
During the next 10 episodes or so, Goku is largely removed from the story.
Goku's fine.
During this time, he has a pirate dream, a ninja dream, and then more dreams. However, these dreams are prophetic in nature and keeps him alert as to what's happening in the story. So we're gonna give him a neutral for basically low-key observing, I guess?
So where's Vegeta during all this anyway?
Oh, I'm sure he's off somewhere. God damn it! Coping.
While he is sleeping, he is taken to Kame House to rest and recover. Once Goku recovers, he grabs his son and the other two Saiyans and takes them to Kame's lookout to train in the hyperponic lime scammer, explaining how they'll manage to get a full year's worth of training in only 24 hours. The Sans allow the briefs to get the first shot in the chamber. At the time, he doesn't have a plan yet to get rid of Cell, so Goku is just letting Vegeta get his training in first because he's just a nice guy. Neutral good.
He has been at this for like 20 hours.
It has been 5 minutes.
It's called hyperbole, big guy. Also, I can't sense power levels. What's going on over there?
Dodge.
Dodge? What?
While Vegeta and Trunks are training, Piccolo begins fighting androids 16, 17, and 18. They realize this and let them handle the situation. However, during the fight, Cell returns and starts dominating them. Gohan becomes infuriated and tries to storm off. However, Goku talks him down with a surprisingly calm mind, plus some genre savviness.
Mr. Piccolo would let me go! No, he wouldn't. And he's smarter than me. And besides, the moment you leave, that door is going to open.
He's right, you know.
Cell absorbs Android 17 and is about to absorb 18. However, Tien shows up and pulls off the last cool things humans really do in this show, hitting him over and over with the triangle to square technique.
Hey, is he down?
Keep going. Stop pausing.
Just give Tien a nat 20 scene for this, he does deserve it. However, he quickly runs out of energy and Gohan screams to his dad to save him. Goku says there's no time, but then remembers that he had the instant transmission technique. He goes and rescues his friends. It's at this moment that he sows seeds that will help formulate the rest of the series.
See you tomorrow! Oh, and by the way, Cell? You're gonna die.
Goku taunts Cell like he would taunt himself, planting a suggestion in his mind to keep him interested in allowing the Z Warriors to live and spare the planet long enough for Goku and Gohan to train and get stronger. Or, you know, there is the off chance that Vegeta and Trunks will kill him. Either way, this was an optimal play, and Goku allows a Plan A and a Plan B with this formulation. Chaotic good.
Hey, Trunks! Wow, neat hair.
Thank you. I grew it myself.
Huh. That's funny.
After Vegeta and Trunks emerge from the time chamber, Bulma meets up with them. She then gives the Saiyans new armor, and before they can fly off, Goku gives the two some sensu beans just in case something goes wrong. And he's overall just being a good team player. Neutral good.
Also, we're gonna fight. A lot. I need an adult. I am an adult. No, you are not.
Now in the hypertonic Lion Samer, Goku and Gohan spend 1 year together training. During this time, Goku is an excellent mentor, constantly giving Gohan relevant and achievable goals. Despite Gohan's frustrations, he's not handling the training well, he's also slowly losing his grip on sanity, Goku keeps a very level head, using positive reinforcement and steady guidance. The final push was when he tricked Gohan into thinking that he would be sending a full-powered Kamehameha at him. Gohan, believing that he would die, had no choice but to help himself and finally break past the golden barrier and achieve Super Saiyan. After that, Goku's training philosophy relied on mastering the transformation. For the remainder of their time in the chamber, and the week leading up to the Cell games, they remain in Super Saiyan, learning how to maintain it without the use of rage or expending energy. I'll talk about this more in the post-analysis, but Goku becoming a proper mentor here is an extremely important part of his character arc. And his insistence on being able to tap into his powers without using rage is also very important. However, I'm actually going to give Goku and his year-long bonding and mentoring moment with his son 3 neutral goods, and again, this will have to be elaborated more in the post-analysis.
Speaking of, did you know they've never fought? Crazy, right? Oh, hey guys, what'd I miss?
Mock my pride!
After emerging from the time chamber, the boys have a snack, and then Goku goes to size up Cell. And it's at this point I will point out, I don't think I understand the joke with their relationship. Goku spends this time both weirdly negging Cell, but also low-key hitting on him. Actually, it's not even that low-key. I get the negging part. Goku reveals later that he is psychologically manipulating the android with small threats and small jabs. That makes sense. But the physical attraction is a very bizarre choice, because they wrote Goku to be low-key ace, but I think maybe I'm just reading too much into this. I've been caught off guard before by handsome people, so I don't know, maybe this is just a weird joke. Either way, Goku shows up, I fuck Cell, and then leaves. Chaotic neutral.
Are you upset?
No, because I know how you're going to pay me back.
Mom, what do you mean?
Krillin, would you take Gohan out for a few hours?
Go on, we're going to Kame House.
Okay, so this is actually the most controversial part of the series, is the conception of Goten. Once Chi-Chi realizes that she missed out on a year of Gohan's childhood, she is reasonably pissed and demands Goku give her another baby. For the record, guys, this moment is consensual. Team 4-Star wrote this because they're playing up the comedy. Plus, I've been married most of my life, and sometimes couples just be like this. However, Goku treats these baby-making sessions as a challenge, which is hilarious because at first he doesn't even understand that he's helping Chi-Chi make a baby. Since Goku sees this as a physical activity and meets it head-on just like anything else, I'm just gonna give this a chaotic neutral.
Why can't you just make us some new Dragon Balls, Piccolo?
Because, Goku, I'm from the Warrior Clan. Kami was from the Dragon Clan. One punches people, the other makes Dragon Balls.
Realizing that Earth doesn't have a Guardian or Dragon Balls anymore, Goku teleports off to New Namek and just kidnaps Dende without telling him what he's doing or why. This would be evil for most people, but this is Goku, who doesn't think that far ahead. If Dende asked him to return home, Goku would do so with a full apology. So this is chaotic neutral.
Long story short, we're basically just going for moral support.
Oh, I know.
The day of the Cell games is here, and Goku is excited. He fully intends to fight Cell, and if he loses, he has Gohan as a contingency. In his mind, Goku is doing his best to defend the Earth in both the short and the long terms. Chaotic good.
Did they find you in the subway? Were you homeless? Did you get your start in bum fights?
This is getting oddly personal.
Do you have any actual friends?
Now at the Cell games, Goku is about to hop into the ring. However, Mr. Satan insists on getting a shot, and Goku is more than willing to allow him to do this.
Satan!
For better or worse. Neutral.
Wait, so the after image kept moving? How do you even...
Although the first several minutes of this fight may seem like Goku is just clowning around.
This has gotta be for shits and or giggles.
Yeah, but at least we can follow the action a little better now.
Wait, were you having trouble?
Yeah.
Wow, Saiyans, am I right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, was that racist?
But Goku is genuinely trying to wring Cell out, thinking that even if he wins by a technicality, Cell will honor that agreement and leave. And to be honest, Cell just might. Goku might actually be correct here. Considering how much of Goku's personality is in Cell, like, he may actually take the L and leave. Despite what the others' characters might think, Goku is 100% taking this fight seriously. So I'm actually giving a Goku a lawful good here.
What power? What speed? What a battle is what I'd be saying if they were in the ring. Where are they?
However, as the fight drags on, Cell gets too excited and decides to destroy the ring, completely unsatisfied unless the fight results in the death and destruction of one or both of them. Once realizing this, Goku tries to warn everyone, and thanks to his reaction, they survive. Neutral good.
If I gained anything in the days leading up to this tournament, it was endurance.
What did you do to him?
What didn't I do to him?
The fight drags on a bit more, and Goku tries one last trick in order to defeat Cell. He flies into the air and charges a Kamehameha, which, if fired at that angle, would destroy the planet. Knowing Cell would love that idea if Goku destroyed both him and their world, he stands there willing to accept the attack. However, at the last second, Goku teleports and fires the attack point blank right into his face. This scene was ultra hype in the original show, and in the Abridged series too, I think, so we're gonna give that a nat 20 attack. Playing on Cell's emotions and his desires to be petty is pretty brilliant, and I think it's a good gamble, so chaotic good. Also, to every person in the last video who told me I was wrong about the instant transmission, here's your smoking gun!
That's just my instant transmission.
And don't tell me, is that another technique you stole?
No. Kinda. I got it from eating sick aliens.
That's disgusting.
You eat people all the time!
Yes, and I'm a monster.
Every person who's like, "Nuh-uh, Stuart, you stupid head, he didn't get it by eating sick people, he ate their sick. That's what that meant." No, Goku says it right here. Nat 1 comment section. Every person who said I was wrong owes me a like, a subscribe, and a comment saying you're wrong. In fact, you know what? You can make it up to me further by purchasing my book, The Complete Waifu Handbook, or the Keymaster Ultimate Bundle over on my website at loadingcrewcraft.com. Don't forget coupon code MyWaifu for 10% off your order.
Hey, Krillin, can I get a 10 count?
You got it, Goku! 1!
After this instant Kamehameha failed, Goku realized that he wouldn't be able to defeat Cell, so he just gives up. However, he fully believes that Cell will still be beaten, so he calls Mr. Satan to the field. This doesn't work. However, he then calls Gohan, much to everyone's shock and annoyance. However, once Gohan gets to the field, he notices that Cell is tired and he might actually have a shot due to his post-Goku exhaustion. This is definitely a post-analysis discussion, but yeah, Goku gives Cell a Senzu Bean, which, oof, yeah, this needs a lot of talk. Giving an evil android who is more than capable of wiping out the planet with no effort a free reset is beyond chaotic stupid.
But how did you know he wouldn't just kill everyone after becoming perfect?
I took care of that myself.
It is at this point, though, that Goku reveals his big plan. He explains how he planted the seeds for Cell's downfall and Gohan's growth ever since he learned that Cell had all of their strengths and flaws within him. His mastery of himself as well as recognition of his worst impulses paved the way for Gohan's victory. However, unfortunately, he did not take into account Gohan's personality. It didn't even occur to him that Gohan didn't enjoy fighting like he did, and once Piccolo points this out, Goku instantly recognizes his mistake and tries to fix it. In order to save his son and the planet, he tries to get a Senzu Bean out of Krillin, but he refuses. Goku taking immediate responsibility and trying to correct his mistake is lawful good, even if Cell didn't allow it.
Just quick update, everyone. These are now tournament illegal. Alright, thank you.
Cell takes the Senzu Beans away from the Z-Fighters and starts threatening Gohan's friends in order to push him into a better fight. He destroys Android 16 after his failed coup de grace and creates some Cell Juniors, and Goku spends the next several minutes fighting them off. However, thanks to Android 16, Gohan was able to achieve the level of Super Duper Saiyan, earning him a nat 20 scene. Gohan then dog-walks Cell and his children and begins leaning into a sadistic rage. Goku tries to hurry the fight along, realizing it's over, but Gohan chastises him. Cell takes a Falcon Punch to the stomach, causing him to Ralph up Android 18, but before Gohan could finish him off, Cell decides that a 7,000 life point difference is too vast and activates his self-destruct button trap card. He explains that the game is over because if anyone attacks him while he's like this, he would explode. Goku, realizing that this is all his fault, teleports next to Gohan and gives him a genuine heartfelt apology as both a mentor and as a father. He then teleports Cell off-world to King Kai's planet. Not only is this a great moment in both the Abridged series and the series proper, the punchline is absolutely hilarious, resulting in a nat 20 scene. However, killing the protector deity of your galaxy in order to protect your planet, even if you can wish him back with the Dragon Balls, is chaotic good.
My inherited Saiyan biology, thanks dads, gave me a boost in my power.
Cell returns with a Zenkai boost and starts attacking the Z warriors one by one. Gohan protects Vegeta and goes into a final standoff for the fate of the planet. As Gohan struggles with the Kamehameha, Goku gives him one final pep talk, explaining how he believes that Gohan has surpassed and will surpass him and Cell in every conceivable way, both physically and morally. He tells Gohan that he is a better person and that he cannot fail, otherwise everyone he knows is doomed. Thanks to this encouragement, Gohan finds the strength within himself to overpower Cell and annihilate him. Also, Vegeta helped a little bit. We're gonna give this a nat 20 scene and a lawful good.
Horse eaten. Somebody catch me!
dead.
Cell is defeated and Shenron is summoned. Everyone killed by Cell is wished back to life, except Goku is still dead. The Z Warriors decide to head to Namek to summon their dragon to revive him. However, Goku contacts them via King Kai and tells them not to bother. He suspects that all of these bad things are happening to Earth because he is there and his presence invites these troubles. In his mind, Goku is making an optimal choice for both the world and his friends and volunteers to stay dead for their sake. This is an incredibly noble sacrifice, all things considered. He also knows that the planet is safe because Gohan and his friends are all there to protect it. This is lawful good. And by popular demand, we will be doing the Boo bits, don't you worry. But I do need to make a few disclaimers here because the Boo saga was never fully done, because the Boo bits were actually commissioned by YouTuber Totally Not Mark for his review of the Boo saga. It's an excellent video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. But the Boo bits were done in order to add context to a few extra scenes for the review in particular, and they're meant to emphasize comedy rather than the canon events, meaning that a lot of these moments are taken out of character and they're done for comedy's sake rather than for the canonicity of the Abridged series. In fact, I hesitate to call these events even canon because you're gonna see what I mean in a minute.
When can I go to school? When your father comes home.
Goku spends the next half-decade training in the Otherworld. I think the Otherworld tournament is canon for DBZA, especially since Goku mentions the Grand Kai.
Are you above or below the Grand Kai?
We're gonna give Goku 2 true neutrals for participating in the Otherworld tournament and for the 7 years that he stayed dead. During this time, Goku simply trains in heaven and doesn't participate in anything major.
Oh, come on. This could be way worse. She still has all her vital organs.
All of them.
However, Goku eventually learns that he can return to life for 24 hours, and he uses this opportunity to enter a martial arts tournament. This will allow him to challenge Vegeta, show off, and see his family again. Naturally, he informs his family by hopping into a conversation completely unannounced and freaking out poor Vegeta.
No, Gohan. If you step in, you'll be disqualified.
Damn it! You're right!
Oh, God, my arm!
While at the tournament, he is approached by Shin and is told to play events out as they will. Videl is brutalized by Popovich and he warns Gohan about stepping in, even though Gohan does and he gets his energy stolen. Eventually, they team up with the Supreme Kai and go fight Bibbidi and stop Majin Buu. True neutral for letting everything play out, and then chaotic good for teaming up with Supreme Kai.
So, what's with the M's on their heads?
That is the mark of the Majin. If Babidi finds any evil in your heart, he can use it to control you, turning you into his puppet.
Eventually, our party learns that Babidi can take over someone with any evil in their heart. And even though Goku has done some arguably selfish or careless things in the past, it is important to note that Goku has almost never intentionally done any evil. Again, he's only done things carelessly or accidentally. And this little bit here, this Dial M for Vegeta bit, does address this, and it's really funny. More post-analysis discussion here, but while they do discuss the ethics of micro-evil, Vegeta does get Majinized by Bibbidi, and Goku gets excited.
Stop it, Jinx! This isn't like you! You're not a bad guy!
Since when?
Which is very frustrating because then Goku threatens Shin because Supreme Kai hypes up Majin Buu unintentionally. In the series proper, this show of force here when Goku threatens Shin is to make sure that the Supreme Kai gets out of the way of the evil Vegeta, who will kill him without a second thought. In the Boo bits, this was done mostly as a sense of comedy and was written for the sake of it. Goku fights Vegeta because he believes that he is
Good God!
You were at Krillin's barbecue last week!
Yeah, and I brought potato salad.
He is truly lost to us.
but he does try to talk Vegeta out of the fight. Because of the context of the short, I'm going to give this interaction a chaotic neutral, even though this is technically neutral evil if we take this scene literally.
But once you were gone, I lost what drove me to be better. I lost my edge, and now I'm going to PTA meetings and Krillin's movie nights!
With their rematch underway, Goku asks Vegeta why he's allowed Babidi to overtake him. Vegeta explains that while Goku was gone, he's lost his edge. Vegeta gives a big speech, and Goku is like, yeah, all right. Which, again, I'm not sure I agree with because this is, again, a comedy moment and it's not about the fight in question. We're gonna roll with it, however, but again, in the series proper, I need to note that Goku actually lost respect for Vegeta here during this interaction. But fighting for fighting's sake is chaotic neutral.
Wait!
What?
You feel that?
Yeah?
New strong guy dropped. Wanna go see?
Yeah, I do.
Yay! See? I do know you.
Shut up and give me a sensu bean.
I do love this bit, though. This is perfect in both turns of proper and silly Abridged Goku. He would be excited to fight Buu, but this also gets Vegeta to snap out of his evil rage. The motivation to protect the Earth just isn't there anymore in the Buu bits, but I think it exists in subtext. Chaotic good, but if you say chaotic neutral, I'm not gonna fight you on that. Vegeta knocks him out and gets his own Nat 20 scene later. Also, I'm gonna give it up for Moscow X for giving this scream the scream it deserves.
And this is to go even further beyond!
Oh no, go ahead, Goku. Waste the last of the time you had there, whipping out your dick.
Also, after Vegeta fails to kill Majin Buu, Goku realizes that he doesn't have enough time or energy to destroy Majin Buu before he has to leave for Otherworld. So he distracts the wizard and the demon so that Trunks can get the Dragon Radar. During this fight, he distracts Buu but promises him a fight with someone even stronger so long as he waits and doesn't destroy the world. It's debatable if he turns Super Saiyan 3 to show off like King Kai suggests here, but I think he turns Super Saiyan 3 in order to excite Buu and to make sure that he doesn't destroy the planet. Chaotic neutral, though.
Whoa! Look, it finally worked! They fused into... Actually, what do we call you?
You can call me the...
Trunks retrieves the Dragon Radar, and Goku teaches the boys the fusion dance before returning to Otherworld. Once he returns, he heads to the planet of the Supreme Kais to help train Gohan, which results in the destruction of the Z-Sword, allowing old Kai to be freed, which grants Gohan his mystic form. Gohan then heads to Earth to defeat Buu. Unfortunately, Gohan fails, which means Goku has to go down with the Potara earrings that would allow him to fuse with another character. The consequence of this decision will last in pop culture forever and always. Thanks, Steven Universe. Anyway, Gohan gets absorbed as he fuses with Vegeta, creating DBZ's coolest character ever. Turning into Vegito is a lawful good action, however.
Go! Are you two... Are you alright?
Sir, we are talking to ourselves. Vegeta and go! Vegeta and go! Whatever!
Vegito tricks Buu into absorbing him. While inside his body, Vegito separates, and the canonical reason as to why will forever be argued by Toei. In the original manga, it was said that a special gas separated him. But then when they retconned it at Super, it was something about mortals not being a permanent transformation. But then back in Sparking Zero, it said it was gas again. We're never gonna get a straight answer on this. Anyway, Vegeta and Goku save their friends, free Fat Buu, and unintentionally recreate Kid Buu. Kid Buu destroys the Earth, but before the planet was destroyed, Goku manages to save Dente, Satan, and Vegeta. Neutral good. Twice, in fact.
Well, your oldest brat's still stronger, so where's he?
On Earth. So... dead.
What the... Then who did you grab?
Hey.
They retreat to the world of the Kais. Goku has a Nat 20 fight against Kid Buu and fails. Fat Buu appears to fight Kid Buu, and interestingly, the idea to form the Spirit Bomb was Goku's in the Buu bits, even though it was Vegeta's idea in the original series. Regardless of whose idea it was, together with Mr. Satan, they managed to form the Spirit Bomb that defeats Buu. As Buu is destroyed, Goku makes a wish that he be revived as a good person, and thus Oob is born. Neutral good.
Whatever happened to Beerus?
I think he's napping again.
And then there was Jiren. Remember Jiren?
10 years after Buu was defeated, the Z-Warriors enter another World's Martial Arts tournament and meet Oob. Goku takes the boy under his wing and trains the new protector of Earth while saving his village from poverty. Lawful good. So there's a lot to discuss with this outro. I think the biggest one is how I chose to view Goku's actions. First, getting the biggest one out of the way, I will fully admit that I am not an unbiased source. I have very strong opinions about Dragon Ball. It is my favorite show, and I definitely want to see the actions of these characters in a certain way, and I give a lot of benefit to the doubt when it comes to the intention of the characters and the intention of the writing rather than the direct outcome.
Well, there's a difference between intent and impact. I learned that at the anti-bullying assembly last month.
Goku, for the most part, is a character that is well-intentioned and almost never does things maliciously. This is one of the reasons why I dislike the Buu bits, specifically when it comes to these videos, these alignment videos that I write, because Goku is written to be a lot more spicy and mean. Case in point, when he threatens Shin here, or when he tells Mr. Satan to
Shut the f*** up!
It's just really out of character, and you kind of gotta let it slide because this was written for comedic effect, or sometimes these clips are written as a critique of Dragon Ball and not necessarily written to be canon to Dragon Ball Z Abridged. I'm not gonna harp on the boo bits too much because it's frankly unproductive, and these minute-long gags are not meant to be taken seriously in the first place. I only included them for completion's sake, and because I don't want to read every 5 minutes another comment that says, "Can you do the boo bits?" It's just not fun. However, one critique that I am going to address right now is the idea that Goku is a bad father. And Dragon Ball Z Abridged does lean into this joke pretty heavily.
Bye, son.
In these last two Goku Abridged videos, I barely mentioned this running gag, and that's because the gag was a surface-level observation that was played as a joke for the Abridged series exclusively, and it doesn't really reflect the reality of the show. Goku never was a bad father in the proper show. This is a consequence of story progression taking priority over character writing. For example, Goku died twice for his son. Goku, while he was alive, was almost always near his wife and child, especially for the first 4 years of Gohan's life. One of the things that the movies and fillers always did well is that they showed a lot of family moments. It should also be pointed out that the events happening between the beginning of the Saiyan saga and the end of the Frieza saga are extreme circumstances that took characters out of their normal environment. No other event in Dragon Ball were ever quite as dire as the events of these two story arcs, and Goku had to prioritize the lives over a planet over the immediate developmental needs of his son. From a practical stance, Goku made the optimal choice and stayed dead to train with a cardinal deity. He also stayed in space in order to learn how to teleport from psychic aliens. Again, keep in mind, in the series proper, once Goku returned to Earth, he spent as much time as possible with Gohan to train him. In fact, Goku usually prioritizes Gohan's growth over his own. These are not the actions of a thoughtless and absent parent, but the thoughts of a provider and a protector who has to make a very tough call. It's like a businessman in a Hallmark movie that had to miss his son's baseball game in order to make a business meeting that would decide the fate of his company. However, the Abridged series turned this absent father joke into a running gag because, frankly, it's the funnier option. Team 4 Star never intended this series to be the only way certain people watch Dragon Ball, and they definitely never wanted to be the canon interpretation. The intent of the absent father joke was just to be funny, and to be fair, it kinda is. It's a very funny gag, which is why I often skim past it, and I didn't bring it up because it didn't necessarily have an impact on the story, at least not until some very finite bits near the end. I don't want to turn this analysis into a "is Goku a bad father" video. That's not the scope of my alignment stuff. The point was always to measure the intent of Goku's actions versus what the story deemed should happen, and I will brush past a cheap joke if I feel like it's there for cheap joke reasons. I actually made this mistake in my Gohan video. I totally forgot to ding Gohan's little freak out when Ginyu possessed his body.
Gonna be for a year with Piccolo. Send me off into space, and the next time I get to see you, you lost your damn body? You're not even you anymore!
I don't know where he gets that from.
I totally forgot to ding this moment because my brain just categorized this as cheap joke territory, not canon events. There are several other moments in the Abridged series that I skimmed past that maybe should be evil for the sake of the Abridged series. For example, I skimmed past the moment where Goku says he just wants to fight the androids, and Gohan is kind of annoyed about this. And that's because I know as a Dragon Ball fan why it's there, and I understand as a writer that these moments aren't necessarily meant to be character-defining moments. Team 4 Star also felt this too when writing the series, and you can feel them wildly course correct by the end. The last episode is almost an apology for creating the bad dad joke. DBZ Abridged became wildly popular outside of their own intention, and many people started to interpret it as the true canon of Dragon Ball Z, so much that it started swaying fan opinion. They bring this up multiple times in their own creator commentaries, and they never wanted to be what they are. They just happened to luck into fame and fortune. Well, they happened to luck into fame anyway. They are also somewhat frustrated by the Goku interpretation and how the fandom doesn't quite understand him, and they somewhat feel responsible for this interpretation. Clearing clearing the record, Goku is a good aligned character. This is not up for debate, nor will I hear any suggestion that Goku is a non-good character. Goku, when asked for assistance, will almost always give it. When he sees others suffering or when he sees someone in peril, he will stop it in any way he can. That is not the sign of a neutral person. Goku will also never go out of his way to harm someone unless they are evil. Both Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z Abridged Gokus are very consistent in this regard. However, Goku, regardless of the series that you're watching, is not a hero. He's not a Superman that flies around looking for people to help. Goku doesn't want to do that, nor does his personal philosophy suggest that he should do that. Goku believes in giving others the tools to help themselves. Of course, he'll step in when people are beyond their capability, but that's one of the reasons why he trains Gohan so much, and why he taught Goten and Trunks the fusion dance. And that's why in the Abridged series, he didn't step in when Mecha Frieza invaded the planet.
I kinda wanted to give you guys a chance.
Even the moment with Cell, the moment that everyone hates, the moment where he gives him the Sensu Bean, is debatably one of Goku's strongest character moments as a mentor and as a teacher. If you look at this moment through the eyes of a superhero, it's suicidal. Superman would never do this. He would never toss Cell a Sensu Bean. However, Goku, the teacher, the father, and the sensei that wants to see his son reach his greatest potential, would absolutely do this. It's not a matter of making things fair, it's a matter of pushing Gohan even further beyond. All the other characters are horrified when he does this because they don't see the situation the same way that Goku does. Goku is investing in his son's future and in the next generation. If Gohan survives this moment, which Goku firmly believes he will be better prepared for the next threat that faces Earth. In the main series as well, it's implied that Super Saiyan 3 could have beaten Majin Buu. But again, Goku prioritizes training the next generation. He was also dead by this point, and if you know anything about Asian theology, the bureaucracy of heaven doesn't necessarily allow the dead to interfere with mortal affairs. This is a pretty common theme, but moving past that, there's a lot of complicated philosophies and duties at play here that goes further beyond Goku did a bad thing or Goku made a bad play. I might be rambling a bit here, but I've been writing a lot of character essays and a lot of different characters, and admittedly I am starting to get a little bit burnt out, but the point is, I really appreciate Team 4 Star's interpretation of Goku. It's very funny, and it's valid as both a fun parody and as a means to criticize the Goku character while showing immense love for it. It's obvious to anyone paying attention that Team 4 Star loves these characters because the effort goes way above and beyond wanting to just build a business. It's incredibly disingenuous to think that this is anything but a creation of love. But unfortunately, the jokes that the story told, while it largely originated as an inside joke among Dragon Ball fans, reached outside its own intended audience, and many of the jokes became the main interpretation of those who either don't know better or who don't care to understand. And I'm not even saying that like it's a bad thing. Entertainment is entertainment at the end of the day, and if you had a good time, that's all that really matters. The boys wanted to make something funny, and they beyond succeeded. The same way as I wanted to make a video essay that got some views, got some subscribers, and maybe made you think for a second about character progression in the writing process. And for the most part, based on my views, based on my comments, it looks like I managed to do that as well. So as far as I'm concerned, Dragon Ball Z Abridged and my little alignment videos are all a win-win. Thank you to the patrons, and I'll see you all next week.